everybody. So today we just seen this new Marquee come out. Absolutely, Marquee. And we have a leader, we have a Mandalorian. It is Bo-Katan, finally joining us in the game. So let's go for this. It's a light side, attacker, leader, Mandalorian, scoundrel. I do like that she has the scoundrel tag as well, because that means that she can synergize with the Mandalorian's lead. Now, that being said, she's also Mandalorian herself, coming up with Armor's own leadership, and then she has her own. So let's see how that goes. And we'll look into what the Unite the Clans and the Stronger Together are later in the kit, but let's go further with this first. So, basic, practiced aim. So, ooh, she looks so good in game, the model looks hella sick. Alright, so deal physical damage to target enemy. If it's Bo-Katan's turn, inflicts vulnerable for 1 turn. Vulnerable is a debuff that is also used in Hero Pose kit, as well as Jedi Knight Luke whenever he does the AoE stun. Vulnerable means that the target hit will always be critically hit if possible, so as long as they don't have crit hit immunity, you're always going to crit that target. Otherwise, deal 50% more damage, which, you know, to a certain degree, critical damage adds 50% more damage, 92, depends on if it has crit damage or not. So at least she's always doing really big damage with that basic, which I'm guessing she's gonna have a lot of stats. And I'm seeing this very cool animation. That looks amazing. Look at this. So she fends the grenade, she does a 360 no scope on a cooldown of 4, crippling strike. Dispels all buffs on all enemies. That is always useful on anything. This ability looks so good though. And then dazes them all for 2 turns. AoE daze, amazing, and deals physical damage to them. Like, as long as has a lot of stats, this AoE can potentially do a lot of damage. This animation looks so good. And now, unique. Alright, so she only has these 2 abilities, which means that she doesn't have a lot going on with her stuff in the basic and the special. But let's see, we have a unique and we have the leader. Leader has quite some text. Let's see the unique. At the start of battle, Mandalorian allies gain 20% max protection for each Mandalorian ally until the first time Bo-Katan is defeated. Whenever Mandalorian attacks out of turn, Mandalorian allies recover health and protection. So, for example, if you're gonna rock this under Beskar armor Mando, she's gonna beef up the protection, which is really good under Beskar armor Mando because he does the protection equalization and whatnot. So he's beefing up that pool, and that's also pretty good against teams like Padme, which is one of Beskar armor's Mando's issues in regards to defense setup, because Courage just goes through that team really well, and having extra protection is going to be pretty beneficial. I'm assuming with only these 2 abilities, she's going to hit really hard, but it comes down to what stats she has, because if she doesn't hit hard this way, she's not going to be too useful. Whenever Mandalorian attacks out of turn, this also gets some regen and protection regen and health, always good. So let's go over to the leadership. So whenever Mandalorian ally uses a basic ability during their turn, they call another random ally to assist. Mandalorian ally to assist, dealing 20% less damage. So, for example, if you look at usual basics, armor, if she's called to assist and the target has armor shred, she's going to get another stack of Beskar Ingot. Jango Fett hits pretty damn hard on his basic, he's going to double tap off the assist. Beskar Armor Mando is going to inflict dots, Kendra's Order is just going to go ham, and Sabine is also going to do the same. Whenever a Mandalorian ally attacks out of turn, they gain 25% critical damage stacked until the end of their next turn. So this is a little bit like that Veteran Smuggler Han skit, where until the end of the next turn they get an associated bonus. For example, Vet Han gets crit chance when something like that happens, counter chance, while Vet Chewie gets stacking armor penetration. So in here, it's if they keep attacking out of turn, armor is already going to call all Mandalorian allies to assist and stuff like that. They're going to make them hit a little bit harder. At the start of the encounter, all Mandalorian allies gain the granted ability Ancestral Armor. So a little bit like Jedi Knight Revan's lead, Jedi Master Luke's lead, Jedi Knight Revan, I think I said JKR's lead, JKL's lead rather. They get its own ability text, and it says dispel all debuffs on this character, very powerful stuff. Then gain defense up, taunt and tenacity up for 2 turns. So you can actually grant taunt to any Mandalorian character now, whoever you choose. And the interesting part about it, I think this kit works really well with BAM, because the way with that is Bam is going to give damage immunity to a character that they want, right? So if you use Bam to target a scoundrel Mandalorian and give him damage immunity, and then you put a taunt with him, or you put a taunt and then you give the damage immunity rather, because of the way the damage immunity goes for one turn only. You can abuse that to a certain extent and have some fun with that. But on defense, I don't see this doing too well. Bam is becoming a very interesting offense team though. And you know, in regards to attacks out of turn, there's always Darth Trey that laughs off at that, so this team is never going to be one that you want to put on defense. Bo-Katan, the fierce Night Owl agent, Death Watch lieutenant, and once upon a time Darksaber wielder, marks her arrival to the holotables by calling on Mandalorians to unite in battle. A firm believer in the martial history of Mandalorian, Bo-Katan is usually well positioned to recruit allies to further her objectives and dispense of her enemies. So let's see what are the huge kid intentions. They want to, Bo-Katan's kid is inspired in her experience in Clone Wars, Rebels, and Mandalorian. She tries to synergize with current Mandalorians. I think the leadership ability can be very interesting on offense. On defense, I don't think this kid is too good. And unsurprisingly, the Mandalorians create the core of the squad. Yep. The squad can no longer benefit from the recovery of Bo-Katan's unique, stronger together if she's defeated, so you want to make sure that she's also alive. But I think it mostly comes down to what her DPS looks like. This kit gets all really exciting if her offense stats are really through the roof, if her speed is decent, if her potency numbers from the get-go are decent as well. Because there is nothing here that is like it's not a complex kit, it's not a kit that it's going to do its own thing. But if she has the stats, like this 50% more damage can be decent, if she actually has the speed to put it in practice. Otherwise, I don't see how this kit is going to be, meta defining. I don't think it's anywhere near that. I think it's going to be a pretty fun kit. I don't know how this would do in light side Geo as well, but I think it would be an extra contribution over to BAMs and see how that would go with the IG-11 and Quill already stated in there. You have Quill to actually give some extra stats. You have maybe a 5th Mandalorian to add into there, probably armor actually, and see how that would go. Not sure if BAM lead or not, because you definitely want to have some more Mandalorians with Bo-Katan and see what that squad would look like. I think something like that could be a thing as the best squad. Again, Bo-Katan is numbers. There's a few characters that get really good depending on what their actual offense is like. For example, Jedi Knight Luke's kit isn't the most text-rich kit, but it's a kit that is so effective with the amount of damage that he has, and Bo-Katan, I think, flies a bit into the same book. So, I hope you guys have some fun with this kit, hopefully when it comes out, which should be very soon, given that this is a Marquee. It's over here in the developer insights, just because I didn't read that, but I've got the information that it was. Let me, additionally, let's just, okay, so add Bo-Katan to your roster a few years by completing her all-new Marquee event and help her claim, let's do this, I guess, right. Well, that just gets rid of it, and help her claim her rightful place in the Mandalorian history. We'll see. At 3 stars, this is not going to be a great character. At relic levels, maybe. So you're going to have to go all out on that BAM team to really make it worth it, I think. So that will be all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video and if you want to see further content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you liked it as well.